Welcome back to the SCIF. This is the Green Beret Life. I'm Matt. That's Stu. You want to check out our website? We're a 501c3. Go to TheGreenBeretLife.com. We serve veterans families, first responders families. So we do a lot of pistol, rifle, shotgun, and other things as well. If you have a question, you can get a hold of us at TheGreenBeretLife@gmail.com. If you have any questions that you want to ask either Stu or myself, please get a hold of us there and we will answer. Sometimes it takes us a little bit. If you have an idea for a class and you got a group of people, don't hesitate to ask. With that out of the way, Stu, what do we got on the show tonight?
Got a couple of things. We've got stories come up where there's a voicemail that's showing there was coordination between the FBI and the Secret Service when it came to the raid of Mar-a-Lago for the classified documents that Trump had. Haven't yet seen any coordination for raiding Biden's garage or his storage unit or his campaign headquarters or the multitude of other places where things were left lying about. Mm-hmm. There's also Washington D.C. is hosting an effort to train people in how to register illegals to vote. So we're gonna look at that. Yeah. Yep. And one of the other articles that we have here is, let's see. Okay, those are all the same ones. I found it. I've got another one here where Menendez, his trial has started for all of the gold bars and envelopes of money that were found stashed around his place. And surprise, surprise, none of it's him. It's all his wives. So there's can probably be a little tension around the dinner table come Thanksgiving whenever.
Well, the whole thing with Menendez is, I guess, why are they going after Menendez? We know why they're going after Henry Cellular or Sayuar, however you pronounce his last name, out of Texas. They're going after him because he has been a vocal critic as a Democrat of Biden's open border policies.
Yeah.
But I don't know why Menendez, and we all know Menendez's past and the allegations in the Dominican Republic.
I don't know if it's one of those where it's kind of one of those things that it's too big to ignore in the political climate. It's just too big to
There's something else there, Stu. There's something else there. Because they will gather around, they control the media, the mainstream media, and they will circle the wagons and protect. So there's something else there that we're not privy to just yet. And this is why blue collar logic, you've got to always look. It's very rarely what you're being fed up front. So we also know that today,
there's always something off on the side that isn't upfront about what is going on.
We also know that today that the Biden administration try to pull a bamboozle and try to get Trump to not agree to a debate because the Biden administration doesn't want to debate Trump. So they threw out a bunch of ridiculous rules. They only want to do 2, not 3. They don't want RFK on the stage. They don't want an audience. It has to be at CNN and ABC, right? Which is, the propagandist media for Joe Biden. So they can rescue him. They want Trump's mic turned off when Biden is speaking. I don't know if Biden's mic has to be turned off when Trump is speaking. They threw out just a bunch. There's an organization that oversees debates to make sure that they are somewhat fair. They don't want them involved. Did
this same organization oversee the debate whenever Hillary Clinton was given the questions beforehand? Were they part of that?
Exactly. But they don't want any of that. Okay. And they thought for sure Trump would say no. And they could say, see, he doesn't want to debate anytime, anywhere. And Trump immediately said, yep, I'll take it. I don't care.
I saw that.
Yeah. So that's now they're going to get it. They're going to get it jammed. And no matter what, it's Dana Bash, and I'm trying to think of Jake Tapper. So two Trump haters, of course. So this is what we have to look, and they want it done in June and September, and they don't want the third one. So we just have to pound forward that there has to be a third. It has to be somewhere other than ABC, CBS, NBC, or CNN, right? And but Biden won't agree to it. He's going to look like a clown. And Stu, I don't know what you think on this, but I still think he's not going to be their candidate. I think at the convention they're going to dump him. And
I'm not going to say that you're incorrect, but I am very curious as to the hoops that they're going to jump through and the lengths that they're going to go to at least give it the appearance of being on the up and up. It's going to be tying themselves in knots to justify it. But I'm just very, very curious to see how that's going to pan out.
He's going to have a medical episode, and he's just going to have to step down.
And that is something they can do behind the scenes. You're absolutely right. His doctor has said, and he's shuffled off to, the front porch, throw a blanket over his lap and put him in the sun.
Yeah. And, and in addition to this, they're hoping that Trump gets convicted in this sham trial up there in New York. There's something else with that while I'm on this. I'm diverging from it a little bit, but they're going to try to throw Steve Bannon in jail too for not going in front of that sham January 6th committee. And they've already got Peter Navarro, another patriot, in jail right now. They're going to throw Bannon. Do you know who the judge is going to be in the upcoming trial? Because they've got Bannon on this build a wall thing where they were trying to fund building a wall in Arizona. Remember that whole deal they went after him in? Do you know who the judge is going to be in that trial?
Who?
Judge Juan Merchan. You can't make it up. It is. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Well, at least Bannon's crew will know what to expect. It's going to be an uphill battle all the way to the end for sure. And if you already don't, you should watch Bannon's War Room. It is a great show on Rumble. This is we've got two patriots that were in the Trump previous administration with Peter Navarro and Steve Bannon. And they are going to probably both be in jail at the same time. So, well, I wonder if they're going. I mean, while they're pulling up people that defied congressional subpoena, when are they going? I mean, they might as well just go and pull in Eric Holder too, right?
Exactly. But we don't have equal justice under the law in this country. We all know this. Everybody's starting to see it now. Okay, and this whole debate, how this is set up, everybody's going to see it. Everybody knows. And they're still not going to be able to save this clown. Okay. And one of the reasons, my estimation, is why these debates are going to be early is because it gives them time to clean things up and maybe ditch him. So before the convention, which I think their convention is.
I think it gives them time to clean things up. It gives it time to get out of the press and get out of the national conversation, and that's why they want them so early. That's why they don't want them leading up to having one say in September or October. They don't want that because it's too close to the election. It'll still be in everyone's mind, on the shows, in the conversation. I'm sure they want. What was the last debate? 6 months before the election. What was the time frame on them, you said?
I think it's July or June and September is when I think they're planning on having it. Or could be June and July. I'm not sure, but I think it's June and September. I think the two.
Well, honestly, September is closer to the election than I would have expected they would want to have the debate.
Yeah.
It really is. I would have expected them to want to have at least a a 3 to 4 month window to where they could,
just hide them in the
memory
basement.
hole it.
Or put them in the basement with artificial light with the blanket over the legs and whatever you said before.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't really try and push for virtual debates. That was what I was expecting to happen. That way they could do exactly that. They could have, freaking teleprompters wired up and, like you said, have everything staged, have all of his IVs running to him to keep him juiced up and coherent.
Or artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Well, there's not going to be any other kind associated with him.
Yeah, exactly. So, we've got a bumpy road ahead of us for 2024. One more thing that I did want to bring up. Apparently, if you've all seen the video of the illegal migrants in New York beating the shit out of 2 cops, right? Those guys were given.
Which time?
Well, they've been rearrested. Okay, they were in court today and were given plea deals. Okay, while at the same time, an abortion protester who was passing out flowers inside an abortion clinic was just given 5 years today by the Biden administration.
Oh my God! You can't make it. You can't make it up. You really can't. Beat the shit out of some cops, get a slap on the wrist, hand out flyers or whatever in an abortion clinic, 5 years. Now, was this the same guy? Was this the guy that shoved the guy that had come up got in his son's face? He was like a preacher.
No. This is a female. That was passing out flowers in an abortion clinic.
Okay, so this wasn't the one who was a preacher that was doing the sidewalk sermons, and a guy came up, got in his son's face, calling him all sorts of things, and he pushed him away, and the FBI and whatever raided his house at 6 a.m. at gunpoint.
Yep,
that was a different one. Okay,
that's a different one. And the idiocracy continues. Eric Adams today has a great idea on what to do with the illegals. He said, you've got a bunch of people. People thought this was a joke. They thought it was like a Babylon Bee type thing or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Or an onion thing. You know what I mean?
That's when you know it's good.
Yeah. So he says, we've got all these illegals who are obviously good swimmers, right? And I shit you not, he was 100% serious. He says, we have a lifeguard shortage in New York. Why aren't we using them as lifeguards? This is what this moron. You voted for him, New York. You enjoy it. That
was like, I forget who it was. It was someone that had something to do with New York. I had heard it, but I skimmed over it. But you bringing that up reminded me where she was talking about, that just
Kathy Hochul. Yeah,
Kathy Hochul talking about the black kids in New York. They don't even know what the word computer means. And it's like,
it's leaking out.
I don't understand how people continue to vote for individuals that just have such utter disdain for them. Don't even really treat them as if they have the ability to make their own decisions. It's just it completely blows my mind that it's like, this is the person that I want to represent me, someone that believes I don't have the good sense to come in out of the rain. But they will continue to vote over and over and over.
They're losing them though. They're losing. They're losing black males and Hispanics, and that's what's causing this panic. And that's one of the reasons why they're flooding the country with illegals. They're going to replace them.
They're trying. The dependent class that they've had, under lock and key for decades is starting to finally realize, wait a minute, just because my mom, my grandfather, my great grandfather voted this way, this isn't working. There's nothing here for me, and are realizing, wait, these on the other side of the fence aren't the devils they've been made out to be. So they're working on developing another dependent class. You bring a group of people in that do not have the marketable skills to be able to thrive. And so you supplement, you give them, and you make them dependent. They're never going to vote against it, or it'll take, another 60 years or so for them to realize, okay, this isn't the best.
If you look at the Democrat Party, Stu, its history is one of true racism, right?
Wait, hold on, Matt. You forgot the party's flipped. That's the story.
Yeah.
At
That's
some
the
point,
story.
we can't tell you exactly when or exactly where or how, but all the racists in the Democrat Party became Republicans.
Yeah.
And all the great, freedom fighters in the Republican Party became Democrats. We can't tell you when or where, but it happened. I mean, the Democrat Party says so.
So you see it slip out every once in a while. Biden, it slips out all the time, but you see it slip out, and they don't give a shit about it. That's why all these special interests, even the LGBTQ crowd, the trans, the gays, all of that, they think they just care about. They don't give a shit about you.
It's how can you be useful at the moment
to them, and they will say anything and do anything to get you on the plantation. But it's slipping. They're trying. They used to refer to those comments that were made, that like Kathy Hochul and Eric Adams, as the soft bigotry of low expectations. But it's not soft bigotry. It is blatant bigotry, and this is what they really feel about you. They are the elites. They're the elites for a reason. Okay, they're the smart ones. They're the one that are going to control your life because you're too stupid to control your own life. That's how they look at all of us.
Yes,
okay,
absolutely. You need your betters to keep you from sticking a fork into a light socket, touching a hot stove. Just things like that you won't be able to do on your own.
Yeah. And it's funny because I was watching an interview with Michael Savage. I used to love his radio show, The Savage Nation, where he'd say borders, language, culture. Border, language, culture. He's been saying this for 25, 30 years, right? And I said that's what Trump is running on, obviously. But he basically stated, because somebody said, the gas prices are getting so high in California, they're going to want everybody there to be in a Tesla. And Savage says they don't want you in a Tesla. You're not going to be able to afford it. That's just another avenue for them to destroy the energy. He didn't say all of this, but this is what he was alluding to. And the automotive industry, he says they want you on a bicycle or a rickshaw. That's what they want you on, right? And he's 100% correct. We've said it here a million times. That's what 15-minute cities are all about. They are going to make cars so expensive that you can't afford them anymore. That's what this
right
whole...
now, the thing that kills me is California can't even provide their people with the power that they need on a reliable, regular basis. And they're pushing all electric by 2030, 2035 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
the 8th largest economy in the world. And that's what they're going to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, well, if you're telling me that I can't even operate my air conditioner between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. When are we supposed to charge our cars so we can go to work? If the grid won't support the load that it has on it currently, how are you going to have however many millions upon millions of electric vehicles that are going to be pulling power from the grid? It makes no sense. It's clown world.
You said load.
You know what? I need one of like little clown horns, the little, as a prop for when we come up with this garbage. There's like this, and that's the sounder. We don't have enough money to have an actual soundboard. We need actual physical props.
No, we don't have any of that. But I think we have spent enough time on this garbage platform, which is Google YouTube. By the way, Rumble is suing the shit out of Google. I don't know if you've seen this.
What's
over
that?
There? Rumble is suing Google.
Yeah, I saw it for their something with their ad.
Yep. Yeah. Their monopoly on advertisers. Yeah. So we're going to pull the plug on YouTube. If you joined just over here, thank you very much. Please come and join us over at Odysee and Rumble. Rumble in particular is becoming the go-to. So please come and join us over there. If you have to pick one of the two, pick Rumble, please. And we will see you on the other side so we can speak more freely.
Yep. Check in the description below. There should be a link to the Rumble channel. In the event I failed in my duties, you can go to Rumble, search for The Green Beret Life and find us there. But almost positive I had it there, but chances are I screwed it up.
It's not failing your duties. It's derelict in your responsibilities.
You know what? I'm probably both on some days. So
there you go.
Come on over to Rumble. You'll find us there. We'll continue the conversation. See you there.